All right, let's talk Iran for just a few minutes, folks. This one is another good one. I'm going to read a portion of an article by Tyler Durden on Zero Hedge. And this portion is actually a pretty important portion of the article. It relates to the rise in oil sales for Iran. Now, that's kind of crazy. I mean, obviously, we expected this kind of thing to happen, but it has some very significant variables involved in it, right? As you know, this attempt to enter into the JCPOA again by the United States of America is a complete joke. The JCPOA, in my opinion, is not worth the quality of the paper that it is written on. Heck, if it was written on my toilet paper, it would not be worth the quality. And I don't buy cheap toilet paper, but you understand what I mean. Bottom line is, things are getting crazy in Iran. The United States of America is enabling it because of their anti-Semitic views, and we are watching nonsense begin to surface. So let me read a portion of the article. This is pretty crazy. I'm going to read two small paragraphs, and this is what it says. He says, indeed, according to Iran's oil minister, sales of Iranian crude oil, gas condensates, and petrochemical products have seen a staggering rise in the past 10 months. By the way, that's not a lie. That is very true. And he goes on to say, and while he didn't thank China directly, it was clear who the end buyer is. The country which continues to demonstrate to the world that it will never follow U.S. demands when it comes to its own geopolitical interests. Now, addressing lawmakers in Tehran, Yavid Ahwi said that Iran's budget for the year to start March 21st has factored in daily oil sales, listen to this, folks, of 1.2 million barrels. That's a lot of oil. The ministry official Shana News Agency reported this on Sunday. Now, why is that significant? Think about this for a second, folks. Understand, and this is important, I don't want you to forget what is falling upon us here. Understand that Iran is rising to power. Understand that they are playing off of China. They're playing off of Russia. They are beginning to enter into these weird relationships with Syria, which is shouldn't be a surprise because we know what's going to happen in Ezekiel chapter 38. And what is becoming more and more and more and more visible to us is that Russia is the real rainmaker here. Russia is the one that is controlling all of this. Russia is the one that is sort of being the puppet master. Russia is the one that is allowing and disallowing certain things. And if it were not for the enabling of Russia, then Iran would not be able to do what it does, especially as it relates to oil. What's even more interesting are to see the implications that this has with OPEC. I won't even get into that because we don't have the time to be able to get into that. But the reality of it is, what we read about in Ezekiel 38 is imminent. We know that this thing is going to happen. We know that there are some crazy things happening in Israel right now that would seem to point out to us that we are growing in this area of really moving towards what we've been reading about in Ezekiel 38 and 39. Folks, look, here's the bottom line. Jesus is coming soon. I've been saying that so much this year because this year we're seeing the signs increase, and this is one of them. Jesus is coming soon. I cannot tell you that enough. If you are not walking with the Lord, if you do not have a relationship with the Lord, I'm telling you, you need one right now because you don't want to wait until the rapture. You don't want to wait until after the rapture. If you have to go through the tribulation, I can tell you, you have a large chance of not making it through. This is critically important. I want you guys to know this. You need Jesus. If you are watching this and you don't have him, that is your insurance to keep you from what is coming. And we're seeing signs everywhere. So it's a simple prayer. Lord Jesus, come into my heart. Forgive me of my sins. The days are short. Don't forget that. God bless you.